Only use me blade, but not this time. I'm Brian Rizzo. Just a human being, just a dude on Call of Duty that just wants to play and shoot people in the face. I don't use like the overpowered weapons, and it's not because of, oh, I got a YouTube channel and you can't post them 16. It's not that. It's just like I find them too easy mode, because I think I'm not like a magical, amazing professional player. I'm not. I'm a casual player, but I've been playing Call of Duty for years, and I think I'm pretty good. But there are certain things. Now, you guys like watching the knife thing because it's almost like saying, okay, I'm going to have to lower, I'm going to have to put myself at a disadvantage to see if I can still beat you, and that's what makes for entertainment. But I am going to tell you that there are some advantages that you don't get to see. A couple of them, try to have the best internet you possibly can for your area. I've learned to play on a gaming monitor, and by doing that, I don't need to move my eyes around too much, and there's less latency, and so everything's just instant. And I found that after playing on that and then trying to go back and play on like a big screen TV, it just doesn't work. It's just not happening. And then the main thing, which typically everyone has the same thing. Like, you play a game of Call of Duty. Some people may have headsets, some people may have super internet, some people have monitors, but typically everyone's using a standard controller. Okay? Now, when I talk about a non-standard controller, oh, by the way, that little move back there where I look at the ground, everyone always asks me that, why do you look at the ground, Blade, when you run away? It's a little trick that guy who camps taught me. I guess they learned it in Halo, but basically, when you run like that, it's basically next to impossible for someone to get you a headshot. That's why I run around like that. So I use what's called the ScufGaming controller. I went down to E3, and Duncan, the CEO of Scuf over there, was just like, dude, I don't want you to sell the controllers. I'm proud of the controllers, and I think they pretty much sell themselves, but like, I would love for you to do a review on them. So here you go. So he gave me a controller, and immediately, like, the build quality, I could tell that it was an original Xbox controller, but there's some major differences. Like, the main one is there's like trigger stops, and what trigger stops are these little pins that go into the trigger, and so you don't have to press all the way down. So if you're doing like burst fire action, semi-automatic weapons, stuff like that, you don't have to. Oh, look at the drop shot! Obviously, we talk about advantages. We talk about picking better perks, having the sound, having all these things in your favor, right? And when all else fails, drop shot. I'm a rusher, and I play in default, and I don't change because I do knifing only. And if you do knifing only, you don't play in default. Why? You're just making it harder on yourself. So to me, the biggest thing about the ScufGaming controller are these paddles that are on the back. Where your ring and your middle finger and a ring finger, when those are resting on the back of the controller, on a normal controller, they're not in use. This, when you order your Scuf controller, you can actually assign what those buttons do, what these paddles do, what you want them to do, so that when you're playing, they're there. The trigger stops, one thing I do need to say, I'm a Call of Duty player only. But like, if you're a Call of Duty player, Gears of War player, definitely get them. If you're a Battlefield or Halo guy, maybe not get them, but you can get them, and you can remove them with a T8 special screwdriver. There you go. It's MLG approved. I prefer the wired one, and the reason why I prefer the wired one is just less latency. And the way it works is that you go over to the website, and you basically just you custom design your controller. You custom design if you want trigger stops, if you don't. If the thumbsticks, do you want them like the PS3 style, the Xbox style? There's no dead area. The material, I'm not even going to try to explain the material that they use, because I'm not versed in that. But basically, the material that they use on it is just a non-slip material. And I don't really like sell or promote a lot of things, but I think the controller's fucking awesome. So if you guys were interested in getting a controller, the link's in the description. And while you're there, just punch in coupon code BLADE. I think I get like maybe 13 cents or something. I mean, it's more so it actually saves you more money than I make from it. I make a couple bucks, but whatever. And I love them. So That's my review of the Scuff Gaming controller. Definitely go to the website and go to their YouTube channel and show them some love. ONLYUSEmeBLADE, peace and buckrease. No intro, just play it. Stop.
Destroy.
What did you say, please? Change your what?
Destroy the objective.
I think I might change my...
We got the bomb. Enemy UAV spotted. Take it down.
I did almost hit you.
I ran.
Sit rep.
I was like, fuck that.
I think I'm on A. Like everybody's on A.
You're the last one. Finish this.
Oh, he fucking got me.
Scavenger.
Good job.
Oh my god!
I knew it. I knew it. I had the opportunity quick and I failed it. Damn, bro.
Bam! What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and this is XCOM on the screen. It's a new game. It's coming out on the 9th. It's on the PC, and it's pretty epic, actually. Like, I really enjoy it. Let me just kind of set the table so you can feast on what I'm talking about. I'm a boob guy. I'm a boob man. Okay, it's one of the, as far as like physical attraction, I see a woman with large chesticles. And I'm like, okay, bam, now I'm interested. Then I go from there. But now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm also a Call of Duty player. I'm a first-person shooter. So if it's not a first-person shooter or not a Call of Duty player, typically I would be like, not interested. Thank you. Move along. But I've been doing some growing. I think I've gone out of my Peter Pan syndrome. I've been doing some growing. And I've realized the beauty in the booty, in the legs, in the hips, heck, even the face. A girl could have a pretty face, and I'll be like, hey, that's nice. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think I'm progressing as a human being. Because when I look at females now, I'm not just looking at their breasts. I'm looking at other parts. I'm finding value. I'm finding that it's not all about the boobs. So when I'm talking about Call of Duty, I'm talking about video games, it's not all about the Call of Duty. There's other games that you can find enjoyment out there. They don't have to be first-person shooter games. Now, this game is completely different than Call of Duty. I will give it that, okay? It's a over-the-head, strategic, I don't even know what to call it. But, like, there's lots of strategy involved. And I really dig that because it's not just, like, non-stop, fast-paced action. You actually have to be methodical about it. And it's pretty complex. So, like, as you have an overhead view of the screen or whatever, like, you can move around. Like, at the very beginning, all it has you do is just go from point to point as far as, like, pre-designated points. But later on in the game, like this little scene that I used right here, it shows that you need to go to certain points, but you also need to get into lines of sight that you can choose. So you might go, hey, this guy, go over here. Or, hey, that guy, go over there. Once you go over there, you might be able to shoot or use rockets, use grenades. As you can build those guys up, then you can take out certain lines of sight. And it's kind of like chess. And you kind of have to think. I noticed that in the further levels, like as I was playing this, I noticed in the further levels, it wasn't just move this guy here and shoot this guy. It was like, okay, I know I'm going to want to trap them in a certain way, move this person here, move that person there, bam, and it's just, I don't know, it's fun. I like it. I enjoyed it. I found myself getting lost in the game, which is something that I I try not to do it. Like, it's not like a Skyrim game where you're going to be lost for hours on end, but like I found myself actually getting into it. At first, when I first started playing it, I was being the typical Call of Duty player. I was like, no, I don't like this. But then, like, as I played more of it, I started to relax and like, this actually is pretty fun. The game comes out on the 9th, and I don't know if it's coming out for the consoles or not. I will let you know, but you know, I think this is good. I think this is like, not only is this a fun game, but also this is good for the progression of me, because normally I just play Call of Duty. That's how I look at it. And I think it's kind of funny how we like a lot of Call of Duty players look at people that play other games and be like, oh, dork, nerd. It's like, we're spending more time on this game and unlocking stuff on this game than they are in that game. But like, let's stop looking at it as games. Let's find the value, and let's be more open-minded to play games that aren't necessarily Call of Duty. Am I going to just start posting up videos of non-Call of Duty stuff? No. My bread and butter is still Call of Duty. Just like boobs, I hold in a very, very, very high regard. But the other things of a woman, the other games that are out there that video games have to offer, I'm starting to see the beauty and the fun in them. So, games XCOM, I really, really actually enjoy it. I enjoy the difference from Call of Duty to this. I enjoy the strategic aspect of it. And I'm finding myself that when I'm playing, I'm getting lost. It's on PC. Go check out Steam and download the demo. Just give it a try. It's free. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace. And just peace. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE. I'm an Insomniac, and Insomniac is just kind of something where you just can't get to sleep, and I don't know if it's a condition, and it's, you know, I could have a lot worse problems than that. I never want to like explain to you like what I'm going through and be like, oh, poor Blade, he can't get to sleep. Wah. It's just you know, wah, Blade can't get to sleep. Wah. Like, that's not what I'm talking about here. It's just, you know, a lot of stuff is on my mind. And a lot of, like, I'm constantly having thoughts, and you guys probably know this, that, you know, basically my mind is always racing. And that's an interesting thing, because sometimes I say some stupid shit. And the reason why I say some stupid shit is, imagine having, like, there was this movie Sneakers, right? And there's this one part where he had the little bug in his ear. And Robert Redford, he had the bug in his ear. And actually, some of you guys on Twitter may have seen me say, you know, SeaTac astrology or astronomy or whatever. That's a reference to Sneakers. That's a great movie. I really like that movie because it's going through office buildings at night, which I always found fucking interesting. I'm gonna come back to this real quick, but let me explain why I find it interesting. There, you know how I've talked about this before, where sometimes you do something or something's happening, your brain kind of goes into this mode where it's like write mode, where it's like going, hey, listen, bro, you need to like write this down, like this is gonna be etched. And the feeling of being in an office building at night always intrigued me, because one time my stepdad and I went to his office building to grab something from his office, and there's something about walking around at night in a place where normally only people during the day inhabit it. I've worked I worked a night shift job, and it was actually one of my favorite jobs that I've ever worked. Pretty much just inhabiting things at night when normally people aren't there is very interesting to me. Like, I always thought it'd be really cool to be inside like a basketball arena at night after everyone's gone. I thought that'd be cool, you know. I watched this movie, The Sitter, and it was all about, you know, it kind of was like a new age version of Adventures in Babysitting. If you guys have not seen Adventures in Babysitting, I think it came out in '87, and that's a classic. But basically, where the fuck was I at? Oh, insomnia, staying up late, having a lot of things in your mind. My mind's kind of Like, oh, the thing with the ear. Okay, so like in the movie Sneakers, there's a part where uh, there's like four of them, and all of them are in their all of them are in his ear as far as like a wireless transmission, and they're all giving him different advice. And it's kind of like when you look at like these shows where there's like a political candidate, right? And the political candidate, he has like all these different people in his ears, all these different people giving him advice. Now, take that and then take all of that and put it in my head, okay? And because I know what's right, I know what I want to do, I know what's right, I know what's I shouldn't do, I know the funny thing, I know the proper thing, I know all these things, right? So every decision that I make, or every for whatever situation, I'm not saying I'm not crazy, but I do. People talk about voices in your head. I'm not crazy. Don't think I'm crazy. I'm a little nutty, but I'm not crazy. But I do, in my subconscious and my thought process has about 6 different fucking opinions that form in my head before I say something. And sometimes I kind of go, shut up, And I basically pick the first one, and it might not be the right one. So some of the times sometimes I just say stupid shit. You know what I mean? Because as much as I sound like I'm some sort of philosopher, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, I don't have the answers yet, but I'm constantly looking for them. Does that make sense? All these thoughts about what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what I'm supposed to do, all those things constantly go, and I keep on thinking about them, and I get anxiety, and I stay up, and then I wake up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I basically try the day over again. So, kind of go on a little bit of tilt. I did go on tilt. Poker players kind of know what tilt was. I had been living my life for, I'd say, the past 3.5 years or so. Me doing this YouTube thing. Good little gig. Cool. It allows me to progress as a person without being weighed down by a job and all that dumb shit, right? So, but basically I went on tilt, I got antsy, and I made the decision to move to Buffalo. Stupidest decision I've ever made in my life. The dumbest. Basically I listened to all the voices in my head, and I allowed an outside influence to influence me to make this move. I'm here, I'm making the best of it, but I'm coming back to Washington. Like, it has to happen. I signed a 1-year lease here. I'll be out here for a year doing whatever. The beauty of this YouTube stuff is I can, do it whenever I want. But if I had a fucking life mulligan, I would have stayed back. I might still be doing the same old shit, you know what I mean? But I think that I could have done life-changing things without changing my entire life. I miss my family. I miss my friends. I miss the relationships that I've formed over the years and the bonds that I have. And now I'm the new kid. Next commentary I do will probably be about being the new kid. And, kind of want to talk about gambling, because gambling is in my family. And I made a major gamble with my life, but it's not paying off. But I'm always going to be me. I don't think I'll ever change for the worse. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and butt grease. Why did Helen Keller's dog run away? You'd run away too if your name was... So, completely fucked up, right? But you might have laughed. Now, if you are sitting by yourself and no one else is around, that might have made you laugh, okay? Sometimes people will say, oh, you don't like me because I'm edgy. It's like, no, we don't like you because you're offensive and not funny. See what I'm saying? So, like, there has to be comedy there, okay? Whenever you're dealing with something that's messed up, making fun of people with mental retardation, being rude at a funeral, talking about chloroforming little kids, whatever, whatever messed up, shitty, fucked up thing in this world that comedians sometimes use jokes and find the humor in, or situation comedies on television use those settings, it'll make you laugh. Now, I'm not saying it will make you laugh, but if it makes you laugh, but then it's this uncomfortable laugh, you're like, wow. You kind of go like that because you know it's messed up, right? You know it's fucked up, but it's still funny. See what I'm saying? Like, and is it funny because it's messed up, or is it just funny and also happens to be messed up? Like when you watch these roasts, and I love watching roasts, like Comedy Central roasts, but I like them when they really go at them. Like they just really go at the person. Why is it funny to demoralize someone? And I don't care what anybody says, that shit's hilarious. That shit's hilarious to me. And I can't tell you what is funny and what's not. Let me just kind of tell you how this came about, okay? I got tons of Black Ops commentaries. I'm not really playing Modern Warfare 3, so I got a lot of Black Ops commentaries. And when I get inspired to do a commentary, I'm able to pull it up, and that's what I fucking love. I got all the movie channels. I just moved in my place. I got all the movie channels. Started watching the show called Episodes with Matt LeBlanc. And season 2 is the only thing showing. The second episode is about a funeral. And there's been other shows that have dealt with the comedy, the inappropriateness of trying to be funny or being an asshole or whatever. The inappropriateness of inserting humor into a setting like a funeral where everything is supposed to be so serious. Okay? In a way, in the real world, it couldn't really happen. In the real world, it couldn't really happen. There's no way that you could be a stand-up comedian at a funeral. Actually, that might be interesting. That might be interesting if there was a stand-up comedian that, like a famous stand-up comedian died and had nothing but stand-up comedians at the funeral. That'd be kind of cool. But in the real world, it wouldn't happen because it's just too disrespectful. It really is. But on the show, they're dealing with the funeral, and like there's just so many messed up things that are happening in the funeral, and people, you know what I mean, a funeral is supposed to be all about the person that's dead, but other people, especially in like TV shows and situation comedies, they always kind of make it about them and the selflessness, and then like the idea of not that we need to mourn or celebrate or anything about the person that died. It's more about, like, I guess in Hollywood, it's more about connecting and networking and showing someone you care. You might not even like the person that died at the funeral, but you want to go there to show people that you cared. And it's kind of a selfish act if you really ask it. If you guys want my personal opinion on funerals, I don't have very many, because my real life experience is I went to a funeral for my father when I was 6. And after that, no more. Like, obviously, if I have a family member or something like that, or like an extremely close friend, then yeah, I'm going to go to, out of respect and everything like that. But like, I'm not going to go. Funerals. I don't like them. I do not like them. I don't like that dead silence that's in the air, and it's really, really, it's not my thing. But on television and in comedy, there are always these fucked up things that we laugh at, okay? Making, like the movie The Ringer. In the movie The Ringer, they're making fun of mentally handicapped kids. Would I go and make fun of mentally handicapped kids? No. All right, I'll give you a good example. And this would never come to suffice, okay? I would never actually do this. Let me just preface this. I would never actually do this. But in my mind, if this was TV or if this was comedy or whatever, I would find this absolutely hilarious. So, you know how we talk about, gameplay commentators or whatever. We like to get into lobbies with bad players, okay? The reason why competitive gaming isn't fun to watch is because it's competitive gaming. It's not necessarily fun. It's fun to watch for some people, but for the most part, I think it's more fun to watch people orchestrating just ass kicking on public matches. That's just my personal opinion. Don't get mad at me, the MLG guys. I'm sorry. Now, what I thought would be funny was the idea of getting a whole bunch of Xboxes and going to like a special hospital, or a hospital where there's nothing but like not burn victims, but like kids that are like mentally challenged or whatnot, right? Go in there, give them a bunch of Xboxes, and film it as if I'm doing a good deed. Like I get to play with all these kids that are fans of mine. And then I get in there and I absolutely destroy them. It's kind of taking a cue from Dave Chappelle when he's playing against the cancer victim or whatever. But I'm sorry. That's funny. Would I ever do that in the real world? No, of course not. So I think that when people make it's almost like sarcasm. If you make an absolutely ridiculous idea or joke, they know that you're sarcastic. You don't really mean it. You're just saying that because you know that it would be entertaining or funny on a fucked up level, and we laugh at it. ONLYUSEmeBLADE, peace and butt grease. Woo! Okay, I came up with an example. Listen to the commentary. I came up with the perfect example. I've gotten drunk before, and people have written on my face. I think it would be hilarious, not in the real world, but in like a movie comedy setting, if at my funeral people like drew on my face and stuff like that. That's funny. Bye. Only play me Black Ops. You may be going, Blade, where is my MW3 fix? I need it. Really? There's plenty of people that will fully fulfill your MW3 fix. I never quite clicked with MW3. This isn't a bash video. This is more of a video kind of discussing a thought, an idea. Okay? Let me first talk about this same exact time last year. And we've talked about Call of Duty cycles. And the Call of Duty cycle is consistent. I.e., beginning, we love it. Christmas, we love it even more because we're stomping on noobs. Then the YouTubers tell us how to play like complete assholes. Then we hate the game. We bicker about the game. Then we take a break from it, come back, and be like, oh yeah, this game still sucks. I can't wait for the new one. Then the new one comes out, and we repeat the cycle. So, and then also, what typically happens is, this is the only thing that's changed. Okay, this is the only time when the cycle changes. Is after the honeymoon stage is done with the current Call of Duty, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people, go back to the previous year's Call of Duty to see if it's still relevant. Some of us even go back and play like Call of Duty 4 World at War because that's our first loves. But what I did notice is that this time last year, I absolutely despised Black Ops, right? And now I find myself having fun with Black Ops. Could the reason be is because there's noobs on there? Possibly. I think a stronger reason is because people aren't playing with stats in mind. And what I mean by that is, if you play with stats in mind and slow the game down and play, like I don't want to say try harding, because I think when I play, I try hard no matter what. But like, when you play with your kill to death ratio in mind and you play that way and other people are playing that way, it makes the game not fun. People are less likely to rush around, because if you rush around, you're more likely to get killed than you are to hold down a choke point. Okay? But I noticed that when I play Black Ops now, people are just kind of running around. I mean, they might still be using like Ghost or, you know, I don't know the second chance because I'm a knifer. But for the most part, people are just running around and having a fun time. That's like cool. Me personally, as a person that loves to rush, I like the idea of everyone rushing around. So it makes a slow game like Black Ops kind of play like a COD 4, where it's constant movement and there's people all around. It's cool, right? But last year, I hated the game. I fucking despised it. I'd made commentaries saying this is the worst Call of Duty of all time. But now I find myself going back to it and playing and enjoy it. But the honeymoon stage of Black Ops, I remember going back and playing Modern Warfare Deuce and going and lasting about 18 seconds. And I'm like, fuck this. Fuck, I'm out of here. No, thank you, sir. Like, I got in there, I got commandoed, and I got one-man army. And also, okay, a lot of people make commentaries about this. I hate even mention it, because, like, I try to, like, not make commentaries about, like, the hot topic in the community. But, like, so there was a favela, on the favela map of Modern Warfare 2, there was a religious scripture written in a bathroom. Apparently it's rude or sacrilegious to have stuff like that in the bathroom. So Activision went in there and they took the map out, and now they're going to edit it out and put the new map in. Hey, Activision, how about while you're there, could you maybe, like, just tweak the one-man army thing? Possibly? here's my supposed tweak. I'm not a game developer, and I know game developers hate listening to YouTubers because I don't know how hard it would be to do this. But couldn't you make it so that one-man army works just like normal, but it doesn't replenish explosives? And scavenger doesn't replenish explosives. Could we do that? Possibly. I don't know. Infinity Ward's side, there's lots of things that they never quite fixed. Bomb Squad doesn't work in free-for-all all the time in COD 4. And then what was the other one? The other one, oh yeah, the G3 silencer knife glitch. So you couldn't really knife hardly ever if you had a silencer on the G3. That goes way back. Anyways, so back to the topic at hand. So during Black Ops, I went back to Modern Warfare 3, and I was like, fuck this game. I mean, back to Modern Warfare 2, and I said, fuck this game. But during Modern Warfare 3, I went back to Black Ops and said, hey, I actually enjoy this game. I don't know if is it the player or is it the game? Like, maybe Modern Warfare 3 is a great game, but the people playing it make it not fun. So do you think during the honeymoon stage of Black Ops 2, we're going to go back to Modern Warfare Trace? Do you think that will happen? Or are you just going to write this game off forever? I don't know. Personally, I don't think I will be attending the Modern Warfare 3 after party, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm going to be like, oh, F this. I'm going to go, you know what, I will do this. I probably will go check it out, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. And I'm always curious about this because I think my opinions on these Call of Duty games is a little bit invalid. And the reason why I say that is because I choose to knife only. I have almost zero experience on any Call of Duty except for Call of Duty 4 in the shooting aspect of it. Seriously, I have no experience. I haven't played it enough. I've never reached a max level of prestige or whatever on any of the Call of Duty. So maybe my opinions on the game is completely biased because all I do is knife only. Because I look at the game differently. I look at the game as if, hey, can I run around and can stab people in the face? So, do you think that my opinions on the Call of Duty series is completely biased because I'm not actually giving the game a chance by using guns like a normal human being? Or do you think that because of how much Call of Duty I play, I'm able to make a rational decision on if the game's good or not? So I've always been wary of that. I've always been wary of making sure that I don't say, hey, this game is crap or this game is good, because maybe I don't have a good opinion on it. But I want to know your opinion. Like, in the comments below, do you think that if Black Ops 2 is a failure, or after the honeymoon stage, if we're going to actually go back to Modern Warfare 3, if we do you think we'll find it enjoyable? Just kind of food for thought, you know? Modern Warfare 3 right now, to me, I just don't have fun playing it, and I don't have any good memories from Modern Warfare 3. I just don't have it. And what I mean by that is, like, in Call of Duty 4, I had some great memories. I had some awesome clutches and some awesome games, some good times playing with like my 7-trip dudes. In the same way in Modern Warfare 2, I had as much as I disliked the game, but then I like Search. I love Modern Warfare 2 Search. I kind of found my niche. I kind of found where I fit in. Like, that's the thing with Modern Warfare 3. I never quite found a nice fit. We never quite vibed. It was almost like we got set up on a blind date and it never quite worked. Not saying the game is bad. I'm just saying I didn't quite enjoy it. And I thought that I would enjoy it with All or Nothing. But then what All or Nothing did is it kind of made me realize that it's all, when everyone's just knifing, it's all about connection. So, and then Sitrep Pro ruined Search and Destroy for me, and so it's just like, Modern Warfare 3, I don't know if we're gonna work out. I'm sorry. We had a good run, you know what I mean? So from here on out, guys, I'm gonna be playing Black Ops or maybe some COD 4 or even, I don't know, try, heaven forbid, other games besides Call of Duty. Oh no! But let me know. Will Modern Warfare 3 be fun to come back to when all the sweaty tryhards leave? Or is it just a game that we don't enjoy, or I don't enjoy? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, peace, and Buck Grease. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and Gamma Labs was so kind, so nice of them to send me a package. What's in the box? Let's find out. We're gonna just see what kind of goodies and little trinkets that they brought to me. Looks like they got me a Gamma Labs shirt. Bam. Cool. I can't drink that though. Some stickers. Some promotional stuff. Ooh, but now they actually got the Gamma Lab stuff. So that looks like that is Fruit Punch G Fuel. Bam. Some Blue Ice G Fuel in the tub. Bam. And some Lemon Lime. Fuck you, XCOM. Lemon Lime is not obviously the flavor that I like. I like the Fruit Punch in this. Bam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the kitchen and I'm going to mix and drink and let you know how this stuff makes me feel, how it affects my body. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace. See you in the kitchen. Okay, so we got the G Fuel, we got the Fruit Punch in these little individual packages, and the directions say just to mix it with 12 things of water, 12 ounces of water. So let's kind of do that real quick. There's Gamma Labs all in the air. You see that? It smells like my favorite food. Fruit. My favorite fruit, which is Fruit Punch. So that's about 12. So let's give it a good little stir. Scott, can you clean that up? Thanks. Get on that. And cheers. I'm just gonna slam it. So. Ooh, that actually tastes like Fruit Punch. Like I've had like energy supplements and stuff like that, and they taste like all nasty and chalky, but that's actually good. So, wow.
It's just cold, huh?
It's just cold. My teeth are vibrating. But yeah, like as far as just the drink test, that's good. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to do something to see if this heightens my video game prowess. I don't know, dude. So I just drank it, as you guys saw, and I feel like some energy right now. I'm gonna go game and just I want to use this in the real life gaming world, but I want to go do some jumping jacks or something. Shit, let's go. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and this game right here is on the Black Ops. It's on the Nuketown. I'm stabbing people when I knife them, and I actually get 2 blackbirds. And if any of you guys have seen my previous videos when I do product reviews, I don't want to call them like product placements or like I'm trying to sell you anything, but like product reviews, you know that, you know, if it's for gaming, if it's, you know, to make your gaming experience better, I like to actually use the product, game on it, and then show gameplay while using that product. I did the same thing with the Turtle Beaches. I did the same thing with the Scuff controller, and did the same thing with this. I'm big on subscriber trust, so I want you guys to know that this isn't an advertisement for Gamma. This is more of a product test for Gamma, if that makes sense. So let's kind of get into it. The game's Black Ops, and obviously with Call of Duty, it's a Twitch shooter. It's about reaction time and making good decisions. And like my best games are games where I'm like, I don't think I blink. I think when I play, I don't even like blink. I'm just like super focused. And then a lot of times when I find that when I don't do well at Call of Duty, I'm like bitching about like how that death happened, and I'm like, I play mad, or I play as if I'm like, let's just get this game over with. But like the good quality games, the games that I want to share with you guys, during the whole time or majority of the time, I'm just like, I'm on it, I'm focused. So the G Fuel, let's kind of compare it a little. I hate to make this comparison, but let's kind of compare it to like an energy drink. Okay, my experience with energy drinks, I've never been the type of dude to like slam an energy drink and do something like go skateboarding or whatever. Like that's just not my thing. But when I'm partying, when I'm getting my alcohol on, I tend to drink Jaeger bombs, which is obviously Jägermeister and Red Bull, and that's just what I like. That's the drunk that I like to have, and obviously the Red Bull gives me wings, you know, but the Gamma Lab stuff is different from that. It's more, it just kind of tastes and it just kind of feels a little bit more natural. Where my worry about it was like I was gonna drink the stuff and I was gonna play and I was gonna be like my expectation of it was I was gonna be like super jittery and like super you know what I mean, just like that, you know. And I'm sure that made a lot of sense. I'm sure it did. But when I drank the G Fuel stuff, it was more like a natural like blood flow. The concentration level and the reaction time was so much better, but like the jittery aspect of it wasn't. As far as the taste goes, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. The taste is good, but it's not something that you would like imagine sitting on a beach with a salted brim, wine glass, drinking the stuff. It's not like that. It's more so, okay, before I have to go to work, before I want to game for a long period of time, mix the stuff, drink it down. I like to just slam my drinks, but I'm sure you can like sip on it, do whatever you do. But, drink it, and then go about your business doing your gaming. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of gaming when Black Ops 2 comes out, and I just remember, like, if you were to look at, like, my timeline as far as, like, scores go, it's always like the first game I'll get warmed up, then I get into a nice little groove, and I have a pretty high level of performance as I'm like playing. But then as I start to get tired or, just kind of beat down a little bit like that, then I start to notice that the games go really, really bad. Once I get to a point when I start going like horribly negative, like, you know what I mean, like those 6 and 16 games that we never want to post on YouTube, that's when I stop. But with this G Fuel, I played for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and didn't have that kind of crash. I didn't have that I'm getting tired of playing Call of Duty feeling. Part of it was because I was playing at a party. Another part of it was just like I just felt good. So, taste, the way it helps, and the lack of crash, I think it's a good product, and I have no issue presenting it to you guys. So Gamma, I talked to Gamma on the phone. They worked out something. They're, just from going through the link that I provided below, you guys will get a discount and you get some free stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, you can take my word on it. Just go in and check it out. So ONLYUSEmeBLADE fully supports the Gamma Lab stuff. I really do, and I hope you guys understand that this isn't something that I'm like trying to sell to you. It's more of something that I actually use and enjoy. Like I would hate for me to like say, hey, listen, this peanut butter is awesome, and then one day if you ever come to my house and that peanut butter's not there. ONLYUSEmeBLADE, peace and buckries. Sunday chill commentary. I'm on the Mac, and I can't get that Sunday chill commentary intro to work with the Mac. I'll figure it out later, but I kind of wanted to. I've been talking about this, how I want to make sure that my commentaries have some thought behind them, and I get inspired that it's not just me going, okay, I want to do a commentary. And this actually got me really interested about the media that we have, how we intake information, how we better ourselves with knowledge. So, obviously, it's not going to be a good blade tale without some boobage. But I basically had to look up something about boobs, and I came across a really interesting article that I will link you. It's basically like something that kind of will blow your mind, and I'm going to read part of it. It's going to be talking about polygamy and being monogamous. Okay? Now, the majority of my viewers are males. Okay? And so I feel like I'm excluding the females on that. Don't worry, it'll come full circle. But for the males, I'm going to ask you a quick question that I want you to, answer to yourself, and then what I'm about to read might kind of blow your mind. Okay? What benefits you more, Imagine if society basically said you could live in polygamous relationships or monogamous relationships. I.e., with polygamy, it's like one dude and like 10 chicks, right? Your natural knee-jerk reaction, just write in the comment what you would like. What society sounds better? What is better for you? Okay? Now I'm going to read you something that's kind of blow your mind. Most women benefit from polygamy, while most men benefit from monogamy. What? I know you're probably going, how the hell does that make sense? I'm going to read this article. When there's a inadequacy among men, the case in every human society, most women benefit from polygamy. Women can share a wealthy man. Under monogamy, they're stuck marrying a poorer man. Let's think about that for a second. So, what is valued in men? Okay, what is valued in men as far as a relationship goes, as far as like raising a family and being wife and husband? What's valued in men? Typically, it's the breadwinner, the person that makes money, and also there's a physical attribute. Women are more naturally attracted to larger, stronger, taller men. And actually, I read this article and it said that earlier that there's actually correlation saying that the women, men that are taller and stronger tend to be more polygamous, if that makes sense. I know I just fucked up the word. Okay, the only exceptions are extremely desirable women. Under monogamy, they can monopolize the wealthiest man. I.e., I'm your man, no one else, us two, bam, right? Under polygamy, they must now share this man with other less desirable women. However, the situation is exactly opposite for men. Monogamy guarantees that every man can find a wife. True, less desirable men can only carry less desirable women, but that's much better than not marrying anybody at all. Okay, so the basis of it is this. Let's say you're playing pickup basketball, okay? And you have all these people, like your team captains, right? Now, imagine if you could pick one player, or because you were the biggest, strongest guy, you could pick all the players, or you could pick 5 players at a time, like in a draft fashion. Well, you might go, well, that's kind of fucked up, because now you took all the hot chicks. See what I'm saying? Like you took the less desirable women. And women, I know you guys get honest for that you are dumbfounded that we tend to go by you based off of your looks, but that's just human nature. Get over it. Men, like, we're visual creatures, okay? And so the idea that you would be offended, like, why don't you love me for me? It's like, well, I would love you for you, but you have to be physically pretty. You know what I mean? Like, if your teeth are all crazy and, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, mature men are going to look past stuff like that, but at the same time, like, you have to be physically attracted to us. Like me, I've told this a lot of times. Like, a lot of times people get mad at me about this, but like, I like a woman with very large breasts. If she doesn't have very large breasts or a big ass or whatever, if she doesn't have that, then I am not sexually attracted. I'm sorry. If you really like Asian women, a white woman's not going to do it for you. See what I'm saying? So, let's get back on topic though. So, men in a monogamous society imagine they would be better off under polygamy. What they don't realize is that for the most men who are not extremely desirable, polygamy means no wife at all. Or if they're lucky, a wife who is much less desirable than they can get under monogamy. So think about that. Like, we always ask for these certain things. We always want these certain things. But we don't know what the hell we're asking for. Think about it. Like, a lot of times, we as people, we see the end goal, the end result, what we want. We don't care how we get there. See what I'm saying? It's like an event horizon situation. We just want to fold the piece of paper and just be there. But we don't actually think about how it's going to affect the whole outcome of things. We don't think about the journey. We just want to think about the destination. We don't care how we get there. And the fucked up part about it is that the journey is part of it. See what I'm saying? And actually, along that journey, if you go along that journey, you might find out that the destination is not what you want. Like I asked you earlier to my male viewers, I asked you guys earlier, would you rather have polygamy or monogamy, right? And I'm gonna assume, unless you guys have already thought about this, I'm going to assume that you guys would definitely go with the polygamy, i.e. the idea of being able to have 10 women over one. You go, that would be amazing. I personally, that might be kind of crazy though, because they'd sync up their periods, and I hate women. I hate your periods. I'm sure you hate them too, but it just makes it crazy. And like, we're always we're not gonna do battle, but we always kind of go, what the hell's going on with your vagina down there? Because no, but honestly, that's kind of where I wanted to go from. Like, as far as like these knee-jerk reactions to, obviously this is what I want, and it's silly to even think about it, but when you actually do sit down and think about it and ponder it, the answer that is not in your head might actually be the appropriate answer. You kind of get what I'm saying? And also, I kind of wanted to go along with this. I don't think we have enough time, but I kind of wanted to go along with how I get my information. Most of the time, I'm getting my information from like YouTube videos or like the internet or watching television. You know, that's what fills my stimuli. And I've noticed that by doing some reading, but just doing like a Google search and just reading like an article. Like if you think about it, like tweeting is like the most garbage form of reading that you could possibly do, but I'm on Twitter all day long and just read stupid shit. So I think a healthy intake of interesting, good stuff for your soul kind of makes you think. Like I was sitting here, I'm like, man, I don't even know what to do a commentary about. Obviously, thank you, boobs. You helped me out to get me there, like you always have. You've always been there. But yeah. So the journey is always better than the actual end results, and a lot of times we don't actually listen to that or give that enough leeway or say. So that's pretty much about it. I was inspired to do a commentary. It's Sunday. I'm chilling out, just kind of reflecting on things. A little bit of Black Ops, and peace and butt grease. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and this is some Call of Duty 4. And this is just to remind you about the good old days of COD 4. I know I sound like an old man sitting on the porch. The good old days of COD 4, where the better player would win, and it wasn't about cheap tactics. Everything was pretty much run and gun. And a lot of times people say, well, no, you can camp, you can play like an ass in Call of Duty 4. Well, the grenades were so powerful and so destructive that if you did camp, it would kill you. Most of the time it's playing 6v6. So if you kill people, look at this. Nice little bank shot, get it, bam! Boom goes the dynamite. I don't know. It just kind of makes me remember the days of COD 4 where if you were a bad player, you got shit on. And if you are a good player, you get semi-rewarded, but not overly rewarded, like with the insane chopper gunners and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, that chopper gunner stuff is fun. But, yeah. Also, I kind of wanted to... Oh, and so UAV Jammer. So this is back when UAV Jammer was cool. So UAV Jammer and Sleight of Hand are the only perks that have been in every Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 4. Everything else is, made appearances in some of them, but not all of them. But Call of Duty 4, World at War, get out of that little cubby hole. What are you? Are you a spice in a little drawer right there? How dare you? You are not spicy enough. You know what's going to happen, right? Sit down. Bam. But, so UAV Jammer and Sleight of Hand have been in every single Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. And those are the only two perks that have been in everyone. Oh, and also, look at the pistol play. I think you're running out of ammo, so you need to pull out your pistol is actually like a skill set and it kind of went away when sleight of hand became a dominant perk, or a perk that you could use without having any repercussions. And what I mean by that is, like, the perks can be good, but there need to be repercussions for using that. I.e., with UAV Jammer in Call of Duty 4, if you used it, you were foregoing Stopping Power Juggernaut. If you use Sleight of Hand, you're foregoing, Stopping Power Juggernaut and UAV Jammer. So, the benefit isn't quite there. That's why you don't see a lot of Sleight of Hand in Call of Duty 4. But also, I think Sleight of Hand made the players kind of lazy a little bit. I don't know, that's really stupid to say about a video game, making them lazy. But, yeah, so I want to kind of address the thing. So I started up the Road to Commander on the Modern Warfare 3. And the really cool thing about that is like, I'm actually having fun with it. And I like doing it. But the reason why I'm doing this video is just to let you know that I have several gameplays on my computer that whenever I get inspired to do a commentary, I can just pull them up and do a commentary. So up until Black Ops 2 comes out, you're going to be seeing my Road to Commander plus regular commentaries. I don't want to deviate from what works and what I like doing, which is when I get inspired to do a commentary, if I have a topic that's on my mind, I can just get on and I can talk about it and upload it, and you guys will like it and enjoy it, and bam, there you go. And then also, I noticed that there was a lot of flack that people were giving me about, promoting certain products. Guys, I'm not, like, I look at it like this, like, yeah, I'm promoting some products, but I'm also I'm not becoming a NASCAR. And what I mean by that analogy where NASCAR is just littered with nothing but advertisements. Like, the couple of products that I have presented to you guys with things I actually use, the Gamma Lab stuff I actually do use, and I wouldn't try to, like, pawn it off on you. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to do some RTC. I just wanted to share this really cool streak, and just kind of wanted you guys to remember back in the day when UAV Jammer used to be the bee's knees. Peace and buck. What's up, guys? ONLYUSemeBLADE, and as you may know, I'm doing a Road to Commander, all or nothing, knife only. My roommate, Scott Kinmartin, go ahead. That's me. He has an announcer voice, and he decided, I asked him to shoutcast the episode, and we got some gold here, so I want to show you just that video. Until next time, ONLYUSemeBLADE, peace and butt grease. Alright, Scott Kinmartin is going to try to shoutcast another match of All or Nothing while I play live. Gotta win this one.
Match begins. It's a free-for-all. Delta Force. What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's going with Box of Demons.
Are you going on like an airplane? Like a Delta?
Box of Demons is the...
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh! What? Was that a slow motion?
That was like some Matrix shit.
Oh, what? I think he had a heart attack. I don't think you even stabbed him.
What is going on?
0 for 2. You're losing. 500 payback is a bitch. Reload. He's going through the tunnel. Oh, he gets Michelangelo. And there's Shredder. Get it, Shredder Blade. ONLYUSemeBLADE. And he takes one in the kidney. Oh, 350. Ah! Turtles in a half shell. Ah, ooh, nice. I don't know what you call that, but that was nice. 400, 300. And can we get 200? Ladies and gentlemen, 350. 400, 400. Can we go 450? 200. Oh, 550 specialist bonus. That's a 7-point streak there. 200 bullseye. ONLYUSemeBLADE. Oh, the guy was backpedaling. You got to throw a knife. You got to do... Oh! Whoa, what's this 2,600 point specialist? He's out.
Oh! That streak was nasty.
I'm assuming that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good, yeah. That was really good, actually.
Ah! It sounds like rape. There's rape in the tunnel here. There's malfornication in the sewage system. Nice. Quick draw. Whoa! Look at that. Score limit reached. What does that mean? You've met your quota and you are leaving the game.
Yeah, I would it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 5 with ONLYUSemeBLADE. 20 kills, 0 assists, only 4 deaths.
Thank you, Scott Kinmartin. That was awesome. That was epic. Oh my god, I don't want to stop streaming. I gotta stop streaming though. Let me make
When
one.
you're listening to nothing but the best of Call of Duty, you're listening to ONLYUSemeBLADE. And his roommate. Nice.
What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and a couple things. Basically, the RTC that's currently going along. Sorry about the audio issues, and I just want to let you guys know I'm still going to be doing regular commentaries for you, for your soul. I'm excited because you know what I haven't done in a while. I'll bring it back. I'll let you know when it happens, and you'll love it. But I was just kind of thinking, man, like there's lots of things that in society. Or everyday living, like a lot of times we just kind of accept the tomahawk to the back and then the other one for your buddy over there, sit down. And this is what I was going to promise to you. You ready? Super fast one. Isn't that good? Run through the claymore, make him sit down. A lot of times in society, in day-to-day life, you have to kind of super fast one. You kind of have to ask yourself why. You know what I mean? You kind of have to ask yourself why. You kind of have to go, I know that's just how it is, but can we like maybe talk about this? Because this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there's certain things that you can't do, and sometimes you have to go, why not? Case being, the why not, the scratching my head, the why can't we do this? Why can't we accuse people of shit anymore? When did it become super offensive to accuse someone? I'm going to give you a perfect example, okay? I went into a Kmart with a friend of mine. Naturally, we got into shopping carts, and I can't believe I missed that. That was a big whiff. We got into shopping carts, and I pushed him down the aisles, and he pushed me down the aisles. You know what we look like? We look like some stupid hooligans. And so, of course, what happens after that? Store security is like, hey, could you please not do that? Completely understandable. But then after that, they were sweating us. They were like, sit down. They were looking every aisle, super fast, what up? They were coming across and they were asking, basically, are you taken care of? Are you okay? Are you okay? My friend was just like, this is bullshit. They're accusing us of stealing. They think that we're probably going to steal something. That's fucked up. I was like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Seriously, because two things. This is the way I look at it. I told him, I was like, I don't give a shit. And the reason why is because I'm not stealing anything. So there could have been two situations or two outcomes to that situation, okay? I was stealing something and I'm in the wrong anyway. Or I'm not stealing anything, so I have nothing to fucking worry about. Go ahead, search me. I don't give a shit. Or whatever you need to do. But like people have this weird thing where they're like, how dare you could ask me that? Or how dare you could accuse me of stealing? How dare that guy could be over there shooting me, fucking up my streak? You know what I mean? I've never quite understood that, and I don't get why it's so bad to accuse someone of something. Or be like, how could you say that? Because that's because I have a question. Like you can't ask people shit anymore. Someone could be fucking super. See what I'm saying? Like I don't have a problem. Like, if someone wants to ask me a question, I don't have a problem with them asking me that question, except for the whole how much money do you make thing, because that's a fucking rude question. But at the same time, it's just like, why is that? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that there's certain things you just don't ask someone? You could ask me, hey, Blade, are you a rapist? Super fast, what up? I'm gonna be like, I rape noobs, but I don't, actually, rape people, no. And long range, Sheboygan. So see what I'm saying? Just I'm not offended if you ask me some shit like that, because all I'm gonna say is no, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. I don't understand this whole idea that we can't accuse somebody. Oh, you can't. There's no way you should ever say some shit like that to somebody. It's just whatever. And I always like when people do I actually think they call it subtweeting on Twitter, right? And what that means is that you're not actually calling the person out, but you're tweeting about them, but not expressing them. Just well, if you get fucking defensive, you're telling on yourself, so I don't have to tell on shit. So yes, I promoted subtweeting. Bam. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if there's any other these cultural rules that don't quite make sense to you. Like, I remember working at Best Buy, and we had to like have so much shit in line before we could even accuse anybody of possibly stealing some shit, even if we like saw them steal some shit. What's the harm in saying, "Hey, are you stealing some shit? You're not? Cool. Peace." Like, I don't get it. I don't get where sit down. I don't get why we can't accuse someone of something. I don't understand. I can't understand like why we can't accuse people of something without being like, "Oh, how could you dare do that?" No. 24-4 on Black Ops, ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and butt grease. Bam.
We taking the lead.
I could take the pitchfork from the devil, keep a super suit like I'm incredible. From the deep blue sea to the dark blue sky, I'm the baddest man alive. I grab a crocodile by his tail, handcuff the judge and throw the cops in jail. Make the meanest woman break down and cry. I'm the baddest man alive. I'm the baddest man alive. I'll take no mess and I'll take no jive. Sometimes I feel like I can't fly. I'm the baddest man alive. I'm the baddest man
Not
alive.
bad meaning bad, but I'm bad meaning good. Say my name 3 times and you knock on wood. Candyman hooks, I terrorize your hood. Flashing max on the cop the way a gangster should. I snatch food from the mouth of a tiger. Take a gasoline bath, then I walk through fire. Bear hug a grizzly, suck milk from a titty. Take the sergeant hat from his head and use it for a frisbee. Spit in the crocodile face. Have a menage a trois with 2 female apes. Then sleep in the bath with butcher knives. I drink honey straight from the beehive. Bungee jumping off the Empire State. Butt naked, rollerblade across the Golden Gate. Butt naked, with the baddest man alive, and I don't plan to die. When the Grim Reaper come, I look her right in his eye. I bust up in the face of the witch of the east. Tell a great white shark to go and brush his teeth. Other men who stole the golden fleece, and I date rape beauty right in front of the beast. The baddest man alive, and I don't plan to die. Come on, tell about it.
I'm the baddest man alive. I'll take no mess and I'll take no drive. Sometimes I feel like I can't fly. I'm the baddest man alive. I'm the baddest man alive.
Get the fuck out of my restaurant!
Sorry about that.
Get out!
Hey George, man, I'm sorry for ripping that guy's arm off.
Get out!
Really?
My bad.
I just gonna.
Hoorah! Mission accomplished.
Damn straight!
What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and And let me kind of explain this a little bit. So, what you're looking at right now, this is not an old gameplay. This is a game I recorded the other night. I was playing with an old buddy of mine, Torture Trilogy Travis. What's up, buddy? And everything, you know, just I felt that old feeling, that late night playing with a couple buds, playing some Call of Duty 4, the only Call of Duty that actually matters. Modern Warfare 2 was crap, Black Ops is crap, all the Call of Duty suck compared to Call of Duty 4. Sorry. But anyways, we're not gonna make about that. You guys know my stance on Call of Duty 4. But here's the thing. So first I gotta say this. As much as whatever your thoughts on DJ Keemstar, I would like to, if you're in the nice mood, to go over to his channel and tell him thank you, sir, for letting Blade use the Mac. Because right now I'm using a Mac. Now, back in the day, let me kind of tell you about my setup back in the day. Back in the day, it was a 34-inch Sony CRT TV, a Logitech $20 microphone / left earbud headset, and then Super Passport. All I had was a PS3 and a copy of Call of Duty 4. I had a Hava recording device. Now what the Hava did is allowed me to play in high definition, but it would record in standard definition because the HD PVRs weren't around yet. And it had to connect from the Hava through Ethernet to a router, and I took the router out of my garage, an old shitty router that I had from Comcast, and then it went from Super Fast blurry, Super Fast Ooh, and time out for the story for a second. As I make this guy sit down, Call of Duty 4, me using UAV jammer allowed me to get behind him. All the times when I do, sit the fuck down, all four of you, and then I finally just get sprayed down. All those times that I'm doing super fast mode and I'm running around and I'm flanking him, that's the joy. That's what I get out of flanking. And then that's what I get for playing against Noskers. Your Noskers are showing, because he's a no-scoper. Anyways, so from the Hava, it went to an old shitty router, and then a router to USB to a laptop that I had. That got ran down because the porn on it was so extensive that now I still actually have that laptop. I don't know. But anyways, so I see them up there, and then I make that smooth move. I see that guy over there, but he's sniping. I know I can come back to him. And I'm going to go, sit the fuck down. So what would happen was, what happened is, the way my bank account's set up, what happened is whenever I did laundry, or whenever the dishwasher was running, or any major appliance in the house I was living at the time, whenever it would run, it would cause this electrical interference. I'm going to come back for you, buddy. Oh, he's going to come back for me. Sit down. It would always cause this like static electrical interference. That's why I'd get like these purple and green lines that would just like float through there. So, and I don't know, like through editing this, through like doing this new sitting on the Macintosh, doing the new, cutting, splitting, super fast moding, placing commentary down, it kind of made me like, I know a lot of times like these commentaries, like I feel like old commentators talk about the old days of YouTube or whatever and how they're not fun. And I think it's my responsibility to myself to make sure that I still have fun making these videos, but I still get a little nostalgic about the old days. Sit the fuck down. Still get nostalgic about these old days. Super fast, Michael Bay explosions, craziness. And I see that guy, but I'm like, you know what? I can't quite go for him. That quick decision making. I'm going to come to this window and be like, you've been served. And it's like, okay, I know you're up here. Ooh, bomb squad. Oh, grenade. Oh, run away. I don't know why, guys, but I just really enjoyed the Call of Duty 4. I want to make fucking puppy soup, because I fucking hate these fucking dogs. Super fast mode. Oh, there you go. You know what super fast mode is all about. It's about to speed up, because an entire game of Call of Duty isn't really that fun to watch, even though if it's me, and these are the best Call of Duty gameplays of all time. 24-3 on the Call of Duty 4 with the old purple wavy lines. ONLYUSemeBLADE. Remembering what was awesome, but being awesome-er. Peace, buggers. What's up, guys? ONLYUSemeBLADE, and what you're seeing on the screen is actually going to be a collection of all the games where I have continued to be ONLYUSEmeBLADE in first-person shooters, but I ventured outside of the world of Call of Duty, and I went into other first-person shooters and tried my melee knifing only thing. Some of them worked, some of them were harder than others. The only game that I don't have footage of, this one right here is from Medal of Honor. The only game I don't have footage from that I tried knifing only in was Battlefield 3, and that shit was impossible. This is from Halo Reach. I actually gave you some pummel where I'm punching and sit down. Ooh, that was nasty. And then get bum rushed with the energy sword. When I first made this Halo video, a lot of people were hating on it because I compared the energy sword in Halo Reach to the perk commando in Modern Warfare 2, and a lot of people just didn't like that I made that comparison. And I understand. I understand. So there's some just regular pummel action. The reason why I want to do this is I kind of wanted to go a little trip down memory lane for all the old videos where I'm going into a different world but still being myself, still only using my melee or my pummel or whatever. Give me the sword. He has the sword. And sit down. Double kill. You guys are loving the shoutcasting by Scott Kinmart, my roommate during the RTC. Anyways, what I'm going to link you to is I'm doing this thing, it's called Dance On. It's basically Dancing with the Stars, but instead of stars, they use YouTube personalities. And I'm fortunate enough to be on the show. This is the second season of the show. And on the show, oh, and this is the home front, get pummeled in the face. On the show, the next week, I think it's like November 2nd. November 2nd, they're going to show the final, not the final performance, but the first, there's 2 rounds, the first round performance. And based off the judges and based off your guys' votes, there's a possibility that I can go on to the next round. So I kind of want to get you guys excited, show you guys some footage, and also showing you guys footage of me stepping outside of the Call of Duty world to do my thing with this video, but also stepping outside of my normal everyday world to go do this dancing thing, which is not a natural thing for me. Sit down and get off your laptop. I'm okay with him being on his laptop as long as he was voting for ONLYUSEmeBLADE and watching Dance On. So I'm going to provide you guys kind of a link to that, and then we're going to kind of go through some of the other interesting games where I've niffed only. I can't believe I missed that dude right there. That is crazy. So I'm pretty excited. So November 2nd is the voting for it and death. November 2nd is the voting for it, and it's a combination of the judges. Oh, look at the Crisis 2. I actually really enjoyed, I enjoyed Crisis 2, and I enjoyed, what was it? The Halo Reach. I enjoyed both those games. And also, I'm pretty interested in, obviously, the Black Ops 2 is going to be the go-to game that I'm going to be playing, but like, I'm actually really interested for Halo 4. I think that should be fun. Super fast, what up? And then came along the Gotham City Imposters, and this game was just overall just fun, goofy times. And I actually had a blast playing this one, and I liked it, for the knife only thing. But then they messed around in the free DLC and gave me a katana. And I remember, I don't know, I just like the colors, the visually pleasing. I like the streaks like this. I can go on with my katana, get behind the enemy spawn and shit on them, and just overall good time. Then there were some games that weren't quite memorable, like the Duke Nukem 3D, probably the most I call this the Median. If you guys have ever seen the movie, the show Entourage, where they went through all that trouble to make Median and then it ended up being a fail. There was so much hype for this game for like 13 years, and it just fell short. But I tried to do some knifing only in the Duke Nukem 3D, or some melee only. And then this game. This game was End of Days, and it was so ridiculously bad, but I had fun for it for a minute or two. So there you guys go. Definitely check out the Dance On video in the description. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and buckers. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and I'm in the thick of it right now in Hurricane Sandy. This is insane. So normally I'm at home playing Call of Duty, warm, but the power's probably going to go out. We, the Bad Kid Podcast, definitely go over there and subscribe. You'll be able to see us dealing with this and inner tubing down the flooded rivers, and we have a parachute, and we're going to throw that up and just craziness. So subscribe to the Bad Kid Podcast. I'm ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and I'm out here in this fucking Hurricane Sandy for you. Peace and buckaroos. I know. It's not Sunday. It's technically Monday. And one of the staples of the Sunday Chill commentaries is that they come out really, really late on Sundays. A lot of times like, it's Monday for me. But I definitely wanted to kind of do this commentary. I feel like my head's in a good headspace. And a lot of times you guys go, Blade, why do you do the Sunday Chill commentaries? And it's because I haven't really been chill, man. I haven't like found my niche, my soul is just like kind of wandering, kind of absent right now. It's just a really weird time, and and actually the reason why is because the peacefulness that I had in Seattle, it's not there because I'm living in Buffalo now. I'm going to be out here for a year, and then I'm probably going to be moving back to Seattle because I miss it so much. So I haven't really been chill, and plus there's a medication that Seattle has that I can't really find it here in Buffalo, and don't worry, it's something that's prescribed to me, but I just can't seem to find it, and that's a big part of it. Normally, that's why I'm so chill and relaxed or whatever. You kind of get what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say what I'm talking about if you understand what I'm talking about. Anyways, so my lifestyle change that if you guys have been watching me, remember me going to do the dance on thing, and I felt really healthy, and I felt really good, and I wasn't going to, succumb to peer pressures of other people that want to drink or do whatever. Since I came to the Bad Kid show, we kind of, one of the things that one of my good friends was saying to me is like, dude, when you're drunk, you're fucking hilarious. And so we kind of went through this phase. Keemstar's mother passed away. My condolences to him. And the combination of that, plus the combination of me being in a new city and kind of finding out what Buffalo's all about. And Buffalo, as Scott Ken Martin says, it's a drinking city with a sports problem. So I kind of fell back into that really convenient rut of, going out, getting wasted, being hungover the whole next day, and then not having any energy and contemplating and getting into that whole life thought process or whatever, and then just repeating that process is just not a healthy process. And I just know that, things need to change. And I got a little sidetracked, but I know I need to kind of get back into what I need to do, which is basically just be healthier. So what I did is the RTC, I'm making the 23 and 24, those episodes just public, just get them out, because it's like, you can tell that my headspace, my head's not in the right place, you know what I mean? And also I'm always dealing with like insomnia and stuff like that. So what I'm doing with that is right now it's like 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, damn. And what I'm doing is like, obviously, I stayed up throughout the whole night. I even played Modern Warfare 2. I'll definitely commentate that game when I'm not in this kind of this mode that I'm currently in. I want to. That's why like that's the one thing I was worried about the RTCs. I wanted to make sure that those episodes are good, and not every single time episodes are good, because my fucking I don't have that medicine that I spoke of, and also, you know what I mean? I'm just not at peace. I don't feel grounded. I don't have like my friends around me. I have made a new friend with Scott. Scott's my roommate now, and he actually gives some really good outlook on it. Like, Scott actually ended up talking to my mom, and I was like, dude, this is great, because like I have two types of friends that know my mom. Like, I'm 29, I'm about to be 30, so obviously my mom doesn't know all my friends or whatever, but like I have two types of friends. They're like the good ones and the bad ones, the good apples and the bad apples. And a lot of times she's like, I don't like that one. She's like, I like this one. And Scott has kind of played like a designated driver for some of my drinking episodes out here, because I kind of fell off track or whatever. And
a lot of things, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, I've known that I need to curb the drinking, you know what I mean? And part of it is because I don't have what I need up here as far as me being at peace. So I feel like, I don't know if it's but alcohol is a depressant, you know what I mean? So I think that's like, poor me, let's go out, get fucked up, let's forget about it, you know? And it's also, you know, celebrate, you know, do a good show, celebrate, do stuff like that. But I went out, I blacked out, drank way too much, too fast, and the next day, I'm just like playing detective. That's one of the things that happens with drinkers. And so I'm just like, so Scott's like, you want to see who you brought home last night? Because I knew I brought home a girl and fucked her, but I had no idea what she looked like. You know what I mean? And he was like, she was hideous. And I was just like, okay. So he showed me a picture, and I was like, fuck. That's fucked up. The girl was absolutely and atrociously badly hideous. And I know that I would never in a million years sleep with this woman if I was sober. And we've all taken girls that, like, I've banged some broads that maybe had some big titties, but maybe like had some fucked up teeth, or like some I wouldn't necessarily go for. I was sober, but I was like, fuck it, I was drunk. But this was just bad. This was Lord of the Rings, battery acid bad. And I don't ever want to repeat that. So gonna kind of have to curb the drinking and affect my sleep schedule and go on a jog. And actually doing something I'm going to do is, remember I talked about the RTC. What I'm going to do now in the RTC, just to kind of change it up a little bit, is in between each lobby, I'm able to switch the camera up. And for every death that I have in the game, I'm going to do a sit-up. And I'm going to turn the webcam on, bam, real quick so you can see me do the sit-ups. And so it's going to be that, be more active, let's not fuck ugly broads. And that's just kind of what's going on at this juncture. I mean, I one of the things I want to do is I want to make sure that I look like Pavel Malskowitz when I lose all this weight and put on my old clothes. Peace.